Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Stackable's carousel block in WordPress. This is a mini-series on taking a look at Stackable's blocks one by one. To get started, let's open a blank page and take a look at this block on its own. So there's a couple ways to do that. If you're logged in on your website, you'll have this top toolbar, hover over New and click on Page. Alternatively, if we log in with our username and password, we'll end up on our dashboard from the back end here, dashboard. Just hover over onto your left-hand sidebar, hover down to Pages, and click on Add New Page. This is going to take us to the WordPress block editor and make a brand new blank page for us. Okay, so once we're here, let's do some housekeeping. If this right-hand sidebar isn't here, there's a button beside Publish called Settings. Click on that, and it'll open it up. This is where we'll find our settings to toggle and configure for our block. Next, let's give our new page a title, just to keep things organized. And finally, let's actually add the block onto our workspace. There's a blue button with a plus icon over here. Click on that. And if it doesn't appear, we can either scroll down or search for it. But since Stackable is top of list, we can find Carousel over here. Let's drag and drop that over into our workspace. Let's close this to give us more room to work with. And let's take a look at some of the options. Now, if we clicked on this, we have Carousel as our parent block. We have a plus icon. We can add a block of our choosing, and when we scroll, it goes between them. Let's start by adding some images, probably one of our stock photos from here. Let's go with these helmets, and then I'll be using Image Advanced from GreenShift, just because we've worked with that recently. Okay, blue one, and then we'll have the red one. Okay, so we have three different variations here. Okay, if we wanted to configure this, we're just going to use, actually full is just fine. If we wanted to configure these, we'd have to click on this block. So this could be advanced image or text, or literally anything from our block list. It doesn't have to be pictures. But for this example, we're going to be using pictures just because it's visual and easier to see. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the settings for our carousel. Currently, we are on Layout on the first tab, and we can choose how many slides we have. So currently we have 3, and as you can see, the more we add, the more dots we have, the more indices we have. We can also enable or disable this. When enabled, the last column will be closed instead of adding a blank column. Okay. As you can see, we can scroll through them, and we have blank options over here. So let's go ahead and add a couple more colors. Okay, so purple and this cyan one. Okay, and media library, cyan. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's go back to click on our carousel. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's reduce this. Okay, that's great. Next, let's take a look at our carousel type. We can either have slide, okay, or fade. Right, that's pretty cool, especially since we want to change the colors. We can also change fade duration. But for this video, let's go ahead and just use slide, because we have a bunch of other options here. We can have infinite scroll, As you can see, well, it says here visible on the front end, but it works just fine here. We can choose how many slides we want to show, right? We can also change the slide gap, and we can also do autoplay, but I'll disable that. We can change the block width, content width, align full or align wide or align center. We can also change the content alignment, but I'll keep it in default. And then we also have our block size and spacing. If you want to make it bigger or smaller, okay. You can also change our padding as well. Next, we have style. We can enable or disable the arrows. We can just go by this. We can also change our icon. See left. Let's see what we have here. I'll go with, let's go with this one. All right, and you can see it's very different. And we can also change our arrow position from inside or outside. We can also change our button offset. Also change our button justify and alignment. I'll keep this on default. We can also change our button color. I'll change them to red. We can change our icon color to white. Change our button width, button height, border radius. Okay. Also change our icon size and change our opacity of the buttons as well. We can also show the arrows on mobile. Let's not take a look at that today. If you wanted to be responsive, you can enable or disable that. We can also change our button offset, or our dot offset, excuse me, and where we justify them. We can also change the style. We can change the color. Active dot color can be green. Okay. All right, that looks looking great. We can change the size and the radius as well, so we can make them squares if we wanted to, and also change the gap. Okay. You can also change the active dot width and active dot height. Also toggle the dots on and off on mobile. You can also enable or disable background image, background image. We can change the border radius for our background, add a shadow to it, add a border line to it. We can add a top separator here, right? Because we can make it look cool like that. The same way, we can also add a bottom separator to make it look a bit more interesting. And I am happy with that. So, before we continue, before we end, we have our general options over here. Let's just talk about them real quick. HTML tags, overflow, clear, our hard position settings. We can add labels to our slides. We can add custom attributes with HTML, make it responsive, desktop, tablet, or mobile. We can hide it or show it on those, and our HTML anchor and CSS classes. Okay. Now that we're happy with our work, let's go ahead and click on Publish to save our changes to this carousel, and let's take a look at our product. Let's go ahead and click on View Page, and this is the brand new page we've created, Stackable Carousel Test, and we have our carousel up in here with our top separator, bottom separator, different colors, and our different items within it. So there is Stackable's carousel block in WordPress. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, as it really helps us out with the YouTube algorithm. Show this kind of video to other nerds like us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.